everybody, welcome back. Have some Jurassic Park movies here. I'm going to be talking specifically about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom because that's the one I just recently watched. Well, I did see Rebirth last week, but I don't have that. So I'm not going to be talking about Rebirth. It's not available yet. And I was looking for a Jurassic Park movie to revisit, and I don't think I'll ever be revisiting Dominion. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I saw that when it came out in like 2018, and I didn't no, I don't know actually if I saw that. I didn't see that in the theater when it came out. I saw Fallen Kingdom when this came out, the 5-movie collection. So never the heck that was. But it's definitely been the longest, so it's like, okay, I'll go back and I'll watch Fallen Kingdom, because like Jurassic Park, the original, I watched like last year, and 2 and 3, I think I watched 2, 3, and 4 I watched right before I saw Dominion I didn't see Dominion in the theater either. I saw it when the 4K came out. So anyways, Fallen Kingdom was the one I hadn't seen recently, and I went back to watch that one. But I had these two here, so I figured I'd just at least show them and tap on them. So the 5-movie collection, this came out, let's see, this probably has a date on it somewhere, right? Let's take a look here. I don't know, it's probably buried in the text, but it would have been some time ago, because Fallen Kingdom came out in 2018, if you can believe it. And this wasn't the first collection. Universal keeps pumping these out. I guess people keep buying them. I'm probably at fault here to a certain extent. But they had the first collection, which was 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it was in like that cardboard style case. You had to slip the discs in, and 4K discs are really susceptible to scratching, at least compared to Blu-rays, and those scratches can really affect playback. So I really dislike those style of cases. They're always too tight. And then when Fallen Kingdom came out, this came out shortly thereafter. I feel like the 4-film collection came out, and this came out not too long after. I ended up selling the 4-film. I ended up getting this. And then Dominion came out, and I want to say they came out with a 6-film collection as well, like a steelbook collection, and maybe a standard case too. As you can see, I don't have that. I just have the 5-film collection here. And then they came out with this just recently, like last month, I think. They took Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and those are respective trilogies, or at least they used to be until Rebirth came out. And they came out with their own separate steelbooks. And now with Rebirth coming out, there's a 7-film collection. And of course, Rebirth's going to have its own releases. So Jurassic Park, Universal keeps going back the well. I imagine people keep buying it. I'm, again, one of those people. But this is being returned. This is still sealed. I purchased it, I don't want to say on a whim, but I was curious about it. I saw it. I saw that I had when these movies came out originally on 4K, they didn't have Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos. So I was like, oh, they are revisiting these movies, and I bought it without reading any comments, and I kept it sealed until more comments and reviews became available online. And for the price that they're charging for this, it isn't worth it. And with, at least to me, and then with the 7-film collection, maybe if I end up getting that, it'll probably have the remastered versions. I shouldn't say remastered, they just add Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos to the 7-film. So who knows, I'll probably end up selling something. I don't have to have multiple versions of movies. Typically when a newer, better version comes out, I end up selling the old one and purchasing the new one. But this one's kind of left me and with a problem, in the sense 1 and 3 are a smidge better, at least when it comes to presentation, but 2 has had DNR applied, so I'll have to Frankenstein something if I want to have the best presentations of all of them. And probably if you have a smaller screen, I don't think it would make a difference at all, but I have a pretty big TV, and even minor improvements, you can typically see it on the larger screens, but not for what they're charging for this. And the fact the 7-film collection is only like $20 more when it comes out than what they are charging for this right now. So anyways, so I have this steelbook. It's being sold, hasn't been open. Again, it has 1, 2, and 3 in here. This is the Canadian release, which is why we have French, but with steelbooks, only the J card has the French text here. The actual steelbook does not. So I'll put this over here because I'm kind of done with it. It's actually being returned today. And then we have the 5-movie collection, and this one doesn't have Dominion, which, from a sequel standpoint, Dominion, if we, what the hell is the name of that movie? I always forget the name of it, probably because the movie's something I'm trying to, bury in my memory. Episode 9, Return of Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker, I don't know. But if that movie didn't exist, I think Dominion could arguably be the worst sequel that I've seen in a very long time. But that last Star Wars movie was just, again, not something I enjoyed. But these 5 here, I like for various reasons. With Jurassic Park, being the classic that it is, I think everyone likes Jurassic Park, right? And I think all the sequels are flawed to a certain extent, but I find them enjoyable. There's certain things I like in them. So anyways, I ended up going back and watching Fallen Kingdom. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see, there's a digital code in here. I don't think I actually cashed this in. Some movies. So we have Jurassic Park, as mentioned, and The Lost World. And I mentioned I recently saw Rebirth. Rebirth, I don't know if you've read the books. Rebirth actually has a couple scenes from The Lost World, as in the book, in the movie, which didn't find its way into the sequel, which is kind of interesting if you are kind of a Jurassic Park nerd. And then we have the 3rd movie, directed by Joe Johnston. So is it Johnson or Johnston? Either way, the guy who directed The Rocketeer and First Avenger. And then we have Jurassic World, which is directed by Colin Trevorrow, whatever. You feel like he's in director jail for a good reason. And then we have Fallen Kingdom, directed by Bayona, J.a.s.m.r, Bayona, I think, Juan Antonio Bayona. Maybe wrong about that. This one actually has Dolby Vision. It does not have Dolby Atmos, but it's the only one in here that has Dolby Vision, at least in the 5-film set. And that's pretty much it. And each disc has its own little tray here, so again, it's less susceptible to being scratched like that original cardboard collection they had out there. And what's interesting too with Fallen Kingdom, the way it ends, Dominion, I mean, thank goodness, you can ignore it entirely. You could use Jurassic World as the movie preceding Rebirth. You can kind of just skip Dominion just the way Jurassic World ends, which is fine by me. So Fallen Kingdom specifically, I didn't see it came in the theater, and again, I skipped Dominion in the theater, and when I saw it when it came out in this collection, I did like it. I thought it was really well made, but it was probably it is the least enjoyable Jurassic Park movie. And it was kind of strange it says Jurassic World here. I mean, 3 out of 5 here are Jurassic Park movies, but I guess it's Jurassic World now. And I saw two movies by Bayona before I saw Fallen Kingdom. One being The Orphanage, which everyone should watch. Orphanage is a really effective horror film, and the other being The Impossible. I'm pretty confident he directed that, and I ended up watching that. I was staying at a resort for the first time in my life, and it was just something that was on Netflix, and I recognized the director. I'm like, oh, let's check this out. And I ended up really liking it. It's a true life disaster film, and it was really well done, and it had a lot of it kind of framed disaster with like horror elements too. And he was a really inspired choice to direct a Jurassic Park movie. And Fallen Kingdom is a very bleak movie, like no fun allowed in a sense. So it's really unusual just for the Jurassic Park franchise in general, because these are all ages movies. I don't mean that they're made for kids. I just mean it truly by all ages, where you can bring, I don't know, like an 8-year-old, 8 and up, I guess. So they're PG-13 movies. And there's going to be some intense sequences, people gobbled up by dinosaurs and what have you. But Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, if I was a kid and I happened to be going to theater, that movie would have really bummed me out. A good portion of the movie are dinosaurs dying or being tortured. Like 90 minutes of its 2-hour running time. And it's done really well, but it's such a bummer. And so on the one hand, I don't know if it's a good Jurassic Park movie, but I do think it's a good movie. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. And just from like an audience perspective, it's like, is this what we deserve for all these Jurassic Park movies being cranked out now at number 7? That, oh, you want to watch dinosaurs, huh? Well, let's watch them fall off a cliff and drown, be enveloped in lava, and be poked and prodded, and have their teeth extracted, and caged, sold for, to the military and industrial complex, and all these other things that happen. And you kind of expect in Fallen Kingdom, for certain villains, like almost a scene where everyone's going to get their comeuppance, where the dinosaurs that are abused are going to break free, and they're going to tear these dudes to shreds. And it's not to say that it doesn't, but it doesn't happen in a way that you would necessarily expect, that release that you would anticipate after all the buildup of watching these dinosaurs be abused. And it's very low on like the quips and the your typical Jurassic Park humor, I guess. And I don't know, it's a very unusual movie, even with the ending being uplifting, to use air quotes. It almost seems like a apocalyptic ending in general, just not for dinosaurs, but for humankind. So its bleakness is unique to the series. And the last third of the movie, I guess, is incredible. There's a velociraptor that's stalking a mansion, and it's done so well. Like Bayona feels completely at home in it. And honestly, I think it's worth watching for that alone. But as an installment for Jurassic Park, I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not a fun movie. A lot of times, like, you want to watch like a summer blockbuster, like Jaws is still fun, even though people are getting eaten, But if you were to have a kid, like, hey, do you want to watch Jurassic Park and get really bummed out, Fallen Kingdom is the one to put in for sure. So, anyways, thanks for watching.